Welcome to European Startup Universe Talks. In this series, we will meet startup founders, entrepreneurs, investors, and major stakeholders of the startup ecosystem. They will let us in on the challenges and the successes of their career, their view on the current state of the startup field, and give vital advice for those in the beginning stages of their startup journey. If you're in the early stages of your startup and are looking for an opportunity to take it to the next level, join the 6-week European Startup Universe initiative of your country. There you will get founding opportunities, meet with experienced experts and founders, and network with the startup community and much more. Let's make the EU the global powerhouse for startups.
Welcome to European Startup Talks. I'm Mauriza and I'm here with Saša Lamza. He is the head of general affairs at Business Incubator BIOS and a country organizer for Croatia. A big welcome.
Hi, Mauriza. How everyone?
Hello, we're happy to have you here today. So I would like us to just begin with, can you tell me more about Business Incubator BIOS and what you do there?
I work in Business Incubator BIOS like head of sector. Business Incubator BIOS is institution that is established by City of Osijek with the goal of setting up a support center for SMEs. Our goal is to create a stimulating business ecosystem where entrepreneurs are provided with adequate growth and development conditions. Till now, we have lots of startups that are had growth and they start in our facilities. Now we are full. We have 43 startups with about 250 employees. We have very interesting tenants like Orca FPV or Protostar Labs. These two companies had some investments in the last year, and they are providing us with lots of visibility to other startups, and we became very popular in the last few years in startup scene.
What was it that drew you into this particular field?
When I was on postgraduate study and at University of Osijek, I started a advertising startup with my friend, and it was, I can say, it was a successful startup. We sold it, and after that, I decided to go to the public sector. I was for about 8 years in healthcare, and after that, I get the opportunity to work again in entrepreneurs sector or incubator sector, and then I decided to try my luck here. It's very nice to work with SMEs, with startups, and now I'm doing some kind of help for them for growth and development. The last 4 years that I'm in this sector were very exciting and interesting.
What is it that you feel is exciting and interesting about it?
It's very nice to see how startups are developing. It's nice to see when they come here, they have only 1 or 2 employees, and when you see that they have success, and in 3-4 years they have 10, 12, 20 employees. It's very, very interesting. We have some interesting startups. In the last 4 years, we have four successful Kickstarter campaigns. And this was also very interesting to see how people who are doing these campaigns are exciting when they reach their goal on Kickstarter, and it was I think their success it's we can say it's also our success.
Absolutely. And you're also we mentioned it before, but you're a country organizer at ESU for Croatia. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yes, we are country organizers. We decide it's our first time. It's something that we didn't do till now. I think the program is very interesting, and the goal of program is something that is needed to be done sooner. But I think now it's okay time. Our goal is to organize and establish a local team to promote the program, find national experts and speakers, and spread the word to startups that the program is active and that they can register it for it. Till now, we found all the speakers for program, and we have about 8 experts. But we hope in next few weeks we will have more experts, and that we will have lots of startups from Croatia to register for a program.
Can you tell me a bit more about the experts and the speakers?
The speakers and the experts are from IT and technological sector. We have speakers from whole of Croatia. We have very interesting speakers from companies that are unicorn, from one unicorn company, because Croatia has only one unicorn company. But we have speakers from startups that startups that have very successful start in the last 4 or 5 years.
So how would you describe the startup ecosystem in Croatia right now?
The startup ecosystem has developed in last 5 or 6 years, mostly in the capital, but also in Osijek. Osijek is my hometown. It's a small town in eastern part of Croatia, and it's very known in Croatia for its IT sector. As you look on startup ecosystem and scene, you can see there are many startups events and conferences, and their number is increasing annually. The startup scene in Croatia is very dynamic and well developed before the accession to the EU. And in recently years, the accession to EU lowered the barriers for Croatian startups, and they can expand to Europe and world market. When we see for Croatian ecosystem, we can say that is paralyzed by chronic lack of risk capital, and now we see this program as a great opportunity for startups to raise some capital from angel investors and someone who would like to invest in this kind of companies.
So there has been a change in the possibility of getting in contact with angel investors over the last couple of years?
In Croatia, when we look for angel investor on our ecosystem, you can see just a few initiatives of angel investors, but and we have in Croatia, I think we have 2 or 3 operative VC funds, but that is too little for Croatian startup scene.
I understand. What would you say are the biggest stakeholders in the ecosystem as of right now?
If we look on Croatian ecosystem, we can see we have startups that are very famous in Croatia. It's Belabit, The Gordian, Docking, Photomet, Score Alarm, Rimac Cars, Infobip, our only unicorn, Orca. Orca is company from our incubator. It's very interesting startup. We can in main stakeholders are also the incubators. We have Business Incubator BIOS. We have Zicar in Zagreb. We have Zip Zagreb, Hub 385, Startup Incubator Rijeka. We have also angel investors. How do you say? Association. Name Crane. We have lots of media that are following the startup scene. It's Netokracija, it's Bug Portal, and we also have events for startups like Zagreb Connect, Idea Knockout. Idea Knockout, it's event where the startups can have they have opportunity to go to Las Vegas CES forum. We have also a Shift Split, Good Game, and lots of events in the last few years, and in the future I hope we have a lot more.
What do you think was the reason that the known companies that they were so successful?
Arguably, there are 5 factors that lead to the success of failure all startups. I think one of them are idea, business model, team, funding, and timing. But all of these startups has all of that, but in different order. If you ask them and you won't see why is Rimac or Infobip so successful, they will tell all of that, but I think in different order. I think when you see Rimac, you will say timing and funding, but when you see Infobip, they will tell team and I think business model or something like that.
Okay. Do you have one of the 5 factors? Do you have one that you feel is the most important?
I think the idea, it's idea and timing. I think that these 2 are the most important for me. And if I look at my entrepreneurial career, I think timing is the most the factor that is most important.
Yeah, it's always it's a lot of factors playing together, so it might be hard to just pick one. They are in.
Yeah, but I think the timing is everything. You need to have all of this. You need to have a good idea, but if you have a good idea and the timing is not right, it's not something that will help you to.
So what do you think when you are in the beginning stages of a startup, maybe you just have an idea, what is it that you have to do in order to really get going and then later on succeed?
I think you need to have a team of really smart, driven people. You need to have a product that solves a business problem. And you need to have a good plan that includes forecast, deliverables, and how to scale operationally in order to open the opportunities to acquire capital to deliver to the plan you have it. This is the things I think you need to have to succeed in your business.
What would you say is the absolute very first step?
Very first step, I think you need to conduct marketing research. Marketing research will tell you if there is opportunity to turn your idea into a successful business. I like to say to the people after that, you need to write a business plan. After that, you need to find funding for a business. You need to have some money to start with. Pick your location. I always suggest to people to go to the incubators, business incubators, if they have space, because this is a small ecosystem that will definitely help you develop and to make growth. Choose a business structure. If you are a lonely player or you are a team of people, you need definitely to choose how you will work. After that, there are some things like choose a business name, register your business, and something like that.
Do you have some clues or some hints that can tell that somebody with their startup, they're on the right track?
I think when I look at it, it's a feeling when you speak with a startup team. You need to feel that chemistry. I think it's very difficult to say will some startup success or not. But on first thing when I see team of people and I see their chemistry, this is the something that I can feel will they be successful or not. Of course, besides idea and plan they have and everything, I think one of things it's definitely a chemistry between team.
So maybe team is like more important than you might think.
Team is definitely important, but as I say, the timing, for me, timing is everything.
Would you say that when you are meeting with founders, what is something that you have to keep in mind when you do that? Do you have any advice?
When you meet with founders, you must first of all, you must listen to them. Listen what they need, what will they say to you, and how will they present their business. And I think after that you can speak to them, but first you must listen. Not take how to say that, not be in front of them like a mentor, but like first like a listener, then like a mentor.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe take more initiative.
They must show initiative, not you. Okay. That's my this is how I like to come to them and to speak with them.
This might be a hard question for you to answer, but
yeah, it's very difficult.
Yeah,
everything it's you don't have rules how to speak with founders. It's not something you can learn. I think it's just feeling.
Okay, it's something you either like have or don't have.
Yeah, you must have some experience from the past, and after that, it's something like feeling.
Hmm. We touched upon it a bit before, but how would you say what is lacking in the startup field right now in Croatia?
Uh, as I say, the lack of risk capital is the single more important obstacle for startups ecosystem in Croatia, because when it comes to risk capital, startup have to rely almost on international funding. Which is rather challenging to raise. It's very difficult when you speak with Croatian startups, and when you try to compare to US startups, you can see that, for example, Croatian startup in I think like first round, it can raise about 1 million. But when you look for US startup, same size, same experience, same teams, same people, they can raise about 20 million in first round. And when you say Croatia, I think you can when you look at this, you can talk not just for Croatia but for whole Europe. Despite lack of funding availability, and the Croatian startups ecosystem managed to generate a few success stories, as I say, like companies Infobip and Remax. They outgrown their label of startups in the last few years. When you see them, we have Infobip is already a unicorn, and Remax I think it will be in next few years. Acquisition from Porsche and Bugatti it's very, very interesting thing for them, for their growth and development, and to become a second Croatian unicorn.
So is it in order to really grow without the really a lot of opportunities for founding, how do you get around it? Is it only to look internationally, or how can you solve that issue?
For now, you can, when you look for Croatia, as I said, we have now 2 or 3 VC funds, but when you see their funding, it's international funding, and I think when we next year we will have euro as currency, I think it will be easier for startups to find the funding and to grow, but we will need to depend on international investing, mainly on international. We have some local investing, and when I say local, I think on Croatia.
It would be interesting to see how it develops and what the results are for changing the currency.
Yeah.
What would you say, what are the plans that you have at the Business Incubator BIOS? What are your plans for the future?
I'm now really focused on this program. I would like this program to be a regular annually program. Try with guys from Greece and from other countries to attract all 27 EU countries member, and we to have next year to have a program that will be held in all 27 countries. And after that, maybe I start to think maybe will be interesting for me to become entrepreneur and to start my own startup. I think it's never too late to start a startup. And when you are with lots of startups, you start to think about it again.
Absolutely, yeah. You're surrounded by the ideas, so then you get inspired.
You get that energy from them.
For sure. Is there anything do you have a specific idea, or is it more just the somewhat of the field?
I always have some ideas. There is lots of I have some ideas about the technology. I have some ideas regarding the some consultancy or something like that. There is lots of ideas.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that's very interesting. I'm looking forward to.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But the first focus is on ESO, European Startup Universe, and I think this is the great project and founderhood platform, and ESO will definitely help startups to grow.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is there anything you would like to add before we wrap up?
I don't have anything. Maybe for people who will listen to register on program, especially Croatian startups. The program will be held on Croatian, so we will try to reach lots of startups from Croatia. But if there is some startups from other part of Europe that don't have a contact point in their country, they can also register in Croatia. We will do it in English.
That's great. Yeah, we're hoping that as many of you register as possible.
Yeah,
well,
I hope.
Thank you very much for being here today. It was lovely to talk to you.
To join the 6-week program, register on the website until the 28th of February. Go to thestartupuniverse.org. Make sure to follow us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and on TikTok. Please like and subscribe in order to get notified for our next episode on YouTube or on the podcast platforms. Thank you for listening.